Curling's believed to be one of the world's oldest team sports, with the first ever recognised clubs formed in Scotland. Dumfries specifically has been described as having some of the most curlers in proportion to its population from as early as 1772. Do you think our passion for curling has prevailed specifically in this region, and what do you think has kept it running?
There's a lot of tradition within curling itself, and I think within the region we're lucky that we've got 3 ice rinks that are all connected within an hour and a half's journey. There is a niche market there, and when you look at the past history of champions, Dumfries has always been slightly behind Lockerbie and Stranraer, and I guess that's maybe been one of our ambitions, was to try and catch up. As an ice rink, we were never really set out as a home of curling, but we've been very fortunate that we now have a dedicated curling hall, and we've been operating in there for 13, coming on 14 years now, and you can really see the benefits, and that's really helped bring these current juniors to such a high level, and then going out and competing at the Youth Olympics, coming back with a gold medal is just simply incredible.
Hello, my name is Team O Laurie and I'm a curling athlete for Team GB and Team Laurie.
Hi, I'm Archie Hyslop, a GB athlete, curl for Team O Carson.
I'm Holly Burke. I play for Team GB and Team Laurie.
I'm Logan Carson, part of Team GB and Team O Carson.
I'm part of Dumfries Young Curlers, and I started at the age of 11 after going to the curling school programme with my primary school.
Started in Dumfries Juniors when I was 8 years old.
I got into curling in 2018 after the Winter Olympic Games.
Curled for Dumfries Young Curlers since I was 6.
What do you think has allowed curling to prosper in Dumfries?
It's a very inclusive sport, so it allows everyone to take part, and I think that everyone enjoys taking part in the curling skill programme and the tri-curling sessions.
There's a sweepers club as well for ones that are just starting out. You first go through the ranks in them, and then you can see how much you've improved.
Yeah, I think the junior programme here is really great, and we've got a great bunch of volunteer coaches here, and they all do a great job, and they're all really supportive.
Graham and all the coaches here are really great at making young people and people that have just started playing want to come back. And that definitely worked on me and my brother. Curling's something that has brought a lot of success to Dumfries, and the way that they advertise it and support curlers is brilliant. It's probably better than anywhere else in Scotland. Playing for Dumfries Young Curlers now is a great honour, and we look forward to doing that for the rest of our junior career.
Believe it or not, I've actually been working here for 23 years, and the Dumfries Young Curlers were just kind of starting out at that point. They weren't a formalised group. When I started working here at Hyslop, I was still a junior curler. I was in the last couple of years of the juniors, so I didn't have a lot of background experience in terms of coaching and setting up clubs. But it took another 5 or 6 years from then to actually formally establish the Young Curlers Club, and there's been a lot of people that have played a part in that, mainly our volunteer group, which might have been parents of juniors at that time, could have been volunteer coaches, and we've just been on a great journey, and we were sharing the ice at that point with the skating and the ice hockey clubs, so it was very limited in what we could do. We really saw the benefits of working with the local schools, and that became the feeder to the junior coaching, and in turn then signing them up to a formal junior club. We slowly started to introduce some competitions, and every time we went away we would pinch some information from another ice rink. We would see some techniques that they were maybe adopting in their teams, and we would be scribbling it down on our notepads, bringing it back, and then trying to put our own spin on it. And I think that's what's really set us aside from other junior clubs, is we've not been scared to try something different. If it was curling related, believe it or not, we tried to park it. How could we make it not curling related but still cover the traditions and the basic principles of training? And that seemed to capture more imagination from the juniors that were coming in. That helped us retain them in the club, and then it kind of just spiraled from there of, well, how extreme can we be with our ideas? How do we make it shorter games? How do we make the sport faster paced? How do we bring modern technology into what we were doing? And I think just having that approach has kept us up to date with today's world. The junior club has gone from strength to strength, but you've always got to keep working on it. you're only as good as the previous day, and that's the real challenge. That gives us a lot of opportunities to really develop individuals, because they have to go through that roller coaster of emotions and understanding that it's okay to lose, and that by losing you can probably learn a lot more. I think again that's been one of our strongest areas within the junior club. We've never been scared to put really young juniors out and let them get beat 15-20-0, because when they come off, as long as you speak to them correctly and say to them, well look, what have you learned from that, then the next time they go on it might just be 10-0, and then all of a sudden they start scoring. It's just about trying to stay ahead of the game and always looking for that new little dimension, and make sure they have fun while they're out on the ice. Don't be too serious with it.
What do young people gain from being a member of Dumfries Young Curlers?
There's so many things, and I think probably the most important one is that they feel like they belong. We try and be as inclusive as possible. We're looking to provide a club that feels welcoming, it's a safe environment, a club where they feel valued. If they want to go and play in a competition, we'll let them. We're not going to stop them purely on ability. We want to give them opportunities purely on their enthusiasm. So we're not looking for superstars. We're looking to give opportunities to everybody. It's that bit that's the most rewarding.
What have you gained through your experience curling?
I gained a lot of friendship. There's a lot of people I still keep in contact with, and probably one of the best things about curling is obviously being able to play what you love, but the friendships you make along the way.
I would say friendships as well, but then obviously we've gained a lot of travel experience from travelling within Scotland and without in international competitions. And I'd say I'd gained confidence and leadership skills and a lot of teamwork skills as well.
Getting to experience new cultures and meet a lot and more new people.
I've always wanted to compete at a high level, and travelling the world is just like a dream for me.
The four of you competed at the Junior Olympics as one team, but two pairs of you played together prior. What has been your experience in those teams, and how do you think it influenced your dynamic as Team GB?
Team O Carson, we've been playing together for I think 6 years. We get on really well with each other, often on the ice.
Playing with my dad being the coach and my brother being the skip of our team, and Archie and Charlie, I think I wouldn't be anywhere in curling without these boys.
We've had a lot of good success together, whether that's at the Scottish Juniors or the World Juniors.
Hopefully we can have as much success as we've been having recently.
Team Laurie's only been together for a year. We got picked as a national academy team. We've had a successful season so far. We just won the overall women's title for the under-21s.
For me and Tia, it was our first time going abroad, and I think from those competitions it gave us better knowledge of what it was going to be like travelling, especially going as far as South Korea. That can be quite intimidating, but going out with someone you already play with and then two boys who play together, I think that's really what helped us get there and do what we did.
What are your hopes for the future, both personally and for Scotland's legacy within curling?
I think the big dream would be to make it to the Senior Olympics. Obviously having the experience at the junior one, it would be great to go to a Senior Olympics and hopefully potentially replicate what we've done. I think if we get more young people into the sport, then there's going to be a bigger future for Scotland, and hopefully it will be good for medaling at different competitions.
Scotland and Great Britain always have a huge name in curling, and being a young junior curler and being able to add to that is really special.
We were the first Great British team to win gold in that event, so hopefully we've inspired other young curlers to get into the sport, and hopefully we can get more people doing the same thing in the future.
I think you've just got to take it as one step at a time, try and get your World Junior gold hopefully, and from there see where it goes.
We're really lucky that at this moment in time we seem to have a bit of a golden generation, and all that hard work that was put in 10-15 years ago is really now starting to show on all different levels of the sport. We've got a lot more knowledge now on how to progress elite curlers quicker, how to keep juniors in the sport. We've been super fortunate here at the ice rink. We've just had an unbelievably supportive and talented group of volunteers. I don't think we really appreciate the value of a volunteer and the benefits that a volunteer can bring to your programmes.